Okay, let's get to the sutras. We're obviously missing Kate today. I hope she's having a wonderful time in Costa Rica. So the sutra I prepared today was from book two, number 22. And it's on page 106 of your book if you have one there handy. And when I first read it, I had no idea what it meant, but this is what it says, according to Patanjali. Although destroyed for one who has attained liberation, it, the seen, still exists for others, being common to them. And I thought, what does that mean? And I closed the book the first time and said, I'm going to go back to it later. But it does finally, I think, make sense. And this is my humble explanation after I just read a little bit. So from the book, it says, the world is our factory. As we pass through, we are shaped every minute by different experiences. We become refined as our knowledge develops. Eventually, we understand the world completely and have no business being in the factory any longer. Then we can say, once I thought all this was real, money, name, position, beauty, but now I understand that none of this is permanent. I have watched millionaires become paupers, famous beauties become wrinkled. When that understanding comes, we no longer trust the worldly pleasures nor run after them. So I think what it's saying here is that it's only through nature or the scene or prakriti or what they say is maya is another word for it, which is everything that is outside our mind. It's only through that nature that we learn what is true and what is illusion. So the nature or prakriti causes us to form habits of mind. And these habits of mind are called kleshas. These are not reality, but products of our attachment to prakriti. According to the sutras, there are five of these kleshas. And I'm not going to say the Sanskrit names, but what they are is number one, ignorance of our true nature. The second one is narratives about ourselves that are products of being influenced by nature, or attachments to objects or ideas that keep us from being free. Also, aversions to objects or ideas held by others, or mortality, our own fear of death. So those are the five illusions or prakriti or conclusions we come to as we are influenced by nature. Does that make sense? Anything outside, we are the seer, and everything outside is the seen. So we're influenced by our environment, our upbringing, all of the experience we've had. But yet, if we want to find true liberation, we realize these things are all just illusions. Does that make any sense to you? Yeah, I think so. This is what I've come up with. So in this sutra, Patanjali tells us that realizing the influence of nature and dismissing the resultant kleshas brings us to liberation. And nature, therefore, is destroyed for us. However, nature is still real to those who haven't done the work to find liberation from it. So what I thought today we would do during the meditation is kind of identify maybe a cliche of your own, something that you're maybe attached to, maybe a narrative about yourself that you tell yourself that may be holding you back. I mean, I can think of lots of narratives about myself, and one of them might be my need to be perfect and my frustration when things like the camera doesn't work because it's not what I want to have happen. So that's just an example of maybe what I might meditate about is that need for perfection. So I thought, we would spend a little time in meditation just exploring what things we might be attached to that might be holding us back, that might It might change your life if you were able to release them a little bit. It's a big job, but I think maybe just being aware of them might help guide us to liberation. So that's my 2 cents worth. And so if you'd like, I'd love you to join me in meditation by taking your seat, finding your foundation, closing your eyes. Find the anchor that you use to focus on, maybe your breath or the sensation of the chair or floor underneath you. Bring yourself to stillness. Notice your breath. Let anything else go, just focusing right here and right now. Now choose a narrative you might tell yourself, something about yourself that does not serve you, that may recur, maybe frustrate you, something you want another solution to. So keep that anchor and bring yourself to stillness and just search for that cliche that you would like to soften. Perhaps it's something you were told in childhood that you still believe. Perhaps it's something that you have decided about yourself that holds you back. Only observe, don't engage into it. Do this examining with compassion and love for yourself. It's not a judgment, a fixed blame. Just notice and maybe notice when it comes up for you. What kind of a situation inspires this to come up for you? Imagine a good friend revealing this self-belief. Imagine your friend holds this belief about themselves. What would you say to that friend? Would you question whether it's true or whether it's real? Would it have validity? What would you tell your friend? What would you tell your friend with compassion and love? If you find your thoughts wandering, come back to your anchor and just begin again. Now release this narrative, release your attention, and bring your attention to an attachment you may have with an object, something in your day, something that you could release and find freedom from, something you tell yourself you need, but may be holding you back. Use compassion, love for yourself. Be kind. Not a judgment, just an observation. Release your attention from this attachment. Remain in meditation. And let's switch the meditation to a metta meditation. You might use these phrases. May I be seen. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I live my life with ease. May I be seen. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I live my life with ease. Continue with these or other phrases that mean more to you. May I be seen. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I live my life with ease. Take a deep breath in and let it out slowly. Do that again. Another breath in and release. And bring yourself back to the room. Open your eyes when you're ready. Any reactions? Any comments? Paula?
In the beginning, when you were speaking about perfection, it just reminded me of something I had heard recently. I belong to a group, online group through Adult Caregiver Center, and we're caregivers of patients that either have dementia or Alzheimer's.
Mm-hmm.
And this one gentleman who had cared for both his parents, I'm sorry, he said, he said, perfection is the enemy of goodness.
Mm,
And whenever I find myself, you know, being dissatisfied with something, I just try to try to bring this back into my brain.
yeah, yeah. Say that again. Whenever say that
Perfection
phrase.
is the enemy of goodness.
Goodness. Wow. That's really something to keep in my mind.
Yeah, really.
I know I keep being challenged this way with this whenever I sub this class and I want everything to go so well. And there's always something that gives me a little panic attack before, like my camera's not working or I can't get the sound or whatever it is. And I know there's a lesson in that, and I just am too stubborn to learn it, I think, you know. But it keeps beating at me, so I'll keep trying to release it. So I hope the rest of you felt this was a good meditation. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope maybe not enjoyed it, but maybe you got something out of it. Yes, thank you. And have a lovely Sunday. And see you again around the studio or maybe on Zoom. Take care. Namaste.